Well, back to winter. G'day, Tooth. How's she going? Oh man, we lost all our snow. I mean, look, really, we lost all our snow, and it was like 9 degrees. It was really nice. Now it's all crappy again out there. Well, that's okay. I got some heat brewing here. Not a whole lot. I might turn her up a little bit. Get her clicking a little faster. Yeah, okay. So, today, we're just going to have a look at this thing here, maybe give it a little bit of a clean up. I think it's running pretty good, but it's sometimes hard to start. So I kind of think that we got a little bit of another carburetor that's been sitting forever. I've never had this one apart, so I don't know what shape it's in or what it's in. But that's of course a 041 AV, kind of like what my dad had, but yeah, not anymore. So, boy, now are these? These, I don't know if these are going to be the same here or not. Light. They look more like an Allen key in there rather than the... These are more like an Allen key, I think. It doesn't look like this is pre the little Torx bits that they were using. Now, I might not have to get all this off if I can get an Allen key into this one here. It looks kind of crappy and a bit rounded off. You got to get this top plate off, I believe, to get this. Oh, this isn't very tight. Huh. Wow. That's not looking so good. We might have to reassess that or make one of those. Looks like someone's made that. Okay. Doesn't look like there's a whole pile of threads in there, so I might have to bolt and nut underneath, drill that out a little bit, and then run another. I don't even know if I got a. I think it's fine up here, but I don't even know if I got a nut for that, though. That's the problem. And all that does is it threads into this guy here. That's all that does, but let's see here. Let's get you on a tripod, see if we can get a... Oh, you know what the other problem was with this too? It had an exhaust leak, and I can almost see like a little hole or something that's been burnt through the plastic here or something. Looks like it got hot at one time. Well, let's get this top off. We'll have to get this whole handle off of here, I guess. It looks like it's just a nut holding that on the back. This is broken here. Yeah, that's not good. But anyways, this isn't my dad's saw originally. This is one like he had, and you know, because of that circumstance, where it got lost or whatever, and I kind of wanted something just to still remind me of them, and this is what I got. So, but anyways, we got a bunch of Allen keys in the box here. We'll have to sift through and see if we can get one that'll fit here. And we can get these nuts off and get this top cover off here, hopefully. All right, what temperature in here now? I guess we got the thing running. It's like 15. It's not too bad. I don't need that anymore. Okay. There's the puller we use for those sleeves when we were pulling those sleeves. Alright, I don't know what size this is going to be. I'm going to have to dig through in our box here. I should probably go and get myself some... Oh, that's going to be way too long. Might have to work at getting this top cover off. Looks like there's a couple of screws in here too. The saw is very dirty too because it's been sitting on the shelf in my other garage there, and just needs a real good cleanup. It'd be nice if I could just get a little guy into there and I could just get the carb off without having to tear the whole thing apart here just to get into that. I must say, still kind of cacked on that design a little bit. Or they could have had a hole through here to get this, you know, you could have put like one of these through or something and got into this screw in here, because that's a little snug. I don't think I got any shorties though. But I should really get away from this box of these miscellaneous ones and actually get a... Where's that from? I don't know. Oh, that might have been off the tractor. That might be a short enough one. Oh, maybe get her. I don't think it's the right size though. Not the right size. I don't feel right. It's probably too small as well. Yeah, and that's probably too big. No. Too small again. Ugh. Too small. That'll be too small. Too long too. Oh boy. Nothing but a bunch of keys. I don't know where I got all these miscellaneous keys from, but I can't remember now. That's probably the right size there. That's a 5/32. They're all too big. Too small. Probably too long. Yeah. Well, okay. I guess we're gonna tear it apart a little more than I kind of wanted to. I guess this saw was pre... you know, they're nice Torx bits that they put on everything. I'll tell you what, they are nice. Okay, that's free there. Try the one under here. It's like a weird... There's a couple of those Torxes on here though. I guess this has got a thing that's going down inside here. Let's grab a little scraping guy here, scratching guy. So we got a hole that's pretty bung full of crap here. Oh, it actually looks like one of the Torx bits. Ah, so it's got some Torx on it. Isn't that interesting? Sure does. Goes in there for a fair piece. There we go. That one might just thread back in there. The handle will come off fairly nice. Just leave that guy in there. Looks funny with the handle off it. Okay, now I got a couple of regular part of the anti-vibration handle. This thing doesn't really need a repaint, but holy, that's tight. I got one that'll fit here with the handle might be better. It doesn't really need a repaint, but it would clean it up a whole bunch. have no idea what this is actually threading into here. It's gotta be going into something, an anti-vibration thing or something. Must be like a rubber bumper thing under here or something, I don't know. It's coming out anyways. Alright, so then back in here we got the... This should all come off now, but we got the throttle here to get rid of. And it's got a Z-bend in that. Now, what's the method? I guess we can get this up here. And then we can get this guy out, maybe. Wow, is that one tight? Wow! Holy smokes! I'm not liking that too much. No, I'm not liking that one too much at all. I'm gonna have to take this actually off of here. I probably should have taken that off from there to begin with. Let's see if I can just tighten this one back up again. I guess that's just like a... Holy crap! Might not get that tight again. Oh man, I'm gonna have to do that with the vice grips or something. I don't know. That's pretty buggered up, that one. Okay, well, let's get this out of here maybe. It's kind of doing the same thing. It's just kind of the bolt that holds it to the engine. Okay, so we got to get these two guys out, and they're pretty tiny. Grab a socket. Might be an 8mm maybe, or 9. Must be an 8. Actually, back then they were using metric, but I guess they've had metric on these forever. And I don't have a kit, carburetor kit for this thing or anything. I just kind of want to see what it's doing. We'll have a choke lever here too that we're going to have to disconnect as well. Okay, that's free. Okay, whoa. This choke should just snap out of here. It should. And I basically do have to get that right out. Holy smokes! They don't want them coming out, I guess, so it's in there real good. Let's see if I can persuade it. Oh, it just come out of the... Okay then. That'll work too. Alright. So we do have a little impulse line here. I was wondering if it was having some problems. I don't know if you guys can see, but there's the impulses there and then the fuel's here. Feels pretty good. Feels squishy, but it doesn't mean there's not a hole in it somewhere. Okay. Before we get too crazy here, I just want to take a preliminary picture. Good. The line's on there real good, that's for sure. Probably gonna switch this line. He's off. Fuel line is kind of weird. It's just a short line too, but then it has another piece that goes in through the tank. It's got a lot of tension on it. Okay, get that out of there. Oh great, another Tillotson. Carburetor kit, that's probably not the right one for it. Okay, Tillotson is off. Got some dust on her, that's for sure. Okay, put it off the side for now. Now, hopefully we don't get anything falling down in there. Just kind of wanted to look down here and see if I can see anything that looks funny. It's actually going this way. It doesn't even come down. I can't even see the ring. Got my other light here. It's got a really long skirt on the other side. It's a little bit scored over here though. It's not terrible bad. Yeah, on the exhaust side though, it's got a really long skirt. Okay. Can't really see much, but I know there was a problem here too. Something melted right here, and I don't know what. The exhaust getting hot or something there. Kind of would like to get this out of the way here maybe for a minute. There we go. Yeah, you can see the hole burnt through there, right? The exhaust is either leaking there or something's weird. The muffler's leaking or what have you. Let's see if we can get this guy off. I know there's, oh yeah, there's, oh wow. Someone's welded something down here. I don't know why. I wonder if the, oh man, what a mess they done to this. Whew. I'd have to get you down and show you this. I don't know if there's really much I'm going to be able to do with this now, but kind of looks like the exhaust gasket's leaking, but someone's welded the bolts to the manifold for some weird reason. I don't know why. Maybe they didn't have any Loctite, so that's the Loctite they used, but I don't know if there's a whole lot I'm going to be able to do with that. Let's zoom in here a bit. You can see the welds they put on there. I just don't really know why. They must have been coming loose on them or something. You can see the welds. But we got a manifold leak, it looks like right there. That's probably blowing the manifold out of there. I kind of think I noticed that when I was starting it there. It was kind of smoking where it shouldn't have been. So it's not too good. This is not so good here either. Something's broken on that. It's not been leaking that I know of, but oh bother. I don't know. Maybe she's not worth really doing a whole lot to. Just kind of freshen her up. I'd like to see if I could get this. Oh yeah, they got them welded right down there. How the heck would you ever get that off now? What a stupid thing to do. Oh, how did they get down there to weld that? That's what I want to know. I can't even get this one in that bolt now, so I mean that's like totally screwed. I'd have to like get in there somehow and cut that off, but oh man, that is not nice in there. Okay, what to do now? Well, I think maybe we're just gonna look at this carb here. Let's remember to put this guy back on, so I'm just gonna put it here. There's gaskets on everything. I guess this thing must have got real hot and melted through the cover there too. Wow, me. Pretty beefy saw, this thing, right? It's not a slouchy kind of saw, we'll say. This thing's pretty major. But again, she might just turn into a shelf queen. I don't know. I'm just going to clean this off a little bit first so we don't get any more crap into it. Alright, we got her fairly clean here. This doesn't even look like it's really tight. Not really. Now let's have a look at the diaphragm side here and see if that's not tight either. Wow. Yeah, that's why it's not running right. Might be worth just to throw a carb kit in it. That exhaust though, man. You might get away maybe potentially by, it's not the right kind of fix, but getting that nice and clean in there with some brake cleaner and just lay in some of that black silicone that might hold for a while. I don't know. Might keep it from leaking, but so this is going to have the diaphragm that is hooked into the needle. Willing to bet. Yeah, see it's hooked into the needle there. Now it's attached to this cover. There we go. It's got some, it's fairly clean. It's actually not too bad. Got some crap on this side of it though. That's interesting. Blast this off here. Now there is a little vent hole on this side and it's probably pulled a bit of that crap in, but it actually doesn't feel too bad. It's not hard, it's not crispy feeling, right? It's actually fairly soft. I'm gonna let it sit out here in the air for a bit though, but I don't know, I think we're maybe all right here. Let's just pull off fuel pump side here too and see. None of these are really super tight. It should be a little tighter than that. I haven't gone and pre-undone anything here, so. Remember, this thing points towards the fuel inlet. It's fairly clean in there too. Let me just give this a little blast off. Seems like it's fairly good. I mean, this guy's not too bad. Oh, it's a bit of crubby there though. There's a little vent here though. I don't know why they have these vents going like that. I guess for air, you know, kind of thing. I'm gonna blast this off a bit. Geez, overall it's really not too bad. I'm a little bit surprised, honestly. Now it might be because I hadn't ran it and then it finally started and then it got some of this fuel in there and that oil's kind of softened things a little bit again on this stuff. It sometimes will do that. I've had things not running too good, and then you leave it for a while and you start up and it runs fine. Like that hedge trimmer, it was running like a bag of crap. And after I let it sit for a couple of days with the fuel in it, it seemed to run fine again then. But this doesn't seem too bad, but let's go with this little blast here maybe. So I almost kind of think that it kind of rejuvenated itself on its own, which is a good thing. So, boy, I don't know. I think I'm just gonna. I want to leave this out for a little bit just to see what happens to it. Right now, though, it feels pretty good. It feels actually really decent compared to. Let's see. This one's not terrible bad either, really. There's one in here that was really crunchy, and I can't remember which one it was now. They're not really supposed to be crunchy, right? So, anywho, doesn't really matter. Anywho, doesn't really matter. So, like I say, I think I'm going to let this sit out here for a little bit. I think we're going to be probably fine, but this exhaust leak in here, yeah, I'm a little bit wondering what to do about that. My light again. Let me assess this again. See if you could get that good and clean down in there. You could probably sort of pump in some of that high temp silicone crap. And that might actually help. Let's just make sure these are tight. Yeah, they seem good. They seem pretty good. Now, what have I got for the high temp silicone? I don't really think I've got any right now. I would probably have to get a tube. I've got really nothing, unless I've got some in the house in my other toolbox. I potentially might too. It might be worth a shot. It might still leak there, but that stuff, you let it harden up, it might work for a lot of years like that. So I gotta see if I can source some of the black silicone or the red. The black's a little better, but I know I don't have any red, but I think I might have some black. If not, I'll maybe pick a tube up when I'm out next time. But yeah, anyways, I guess that's pretty much as far as we can go today with this thing. Just gonna put this back in here for now. And any other screws I've got out, I'll put back in. For now. I think I got fuel line to change these two guys. Might as well do that. They're actually not too bad either, surprisingly. Maybe that stuff lubed it up again, and you know, maybe it brought it around. I don't know. Pretty sweet if it did, that's for sure. But anywho, so we got these guys too. We're gonna put them on before we lose them. It wouldn't be too bad actually to, maybe when I silicone this thing, I'll get this all sprayed down real good, and I'll block this little hole up so we don't get anything down there, and spray this up real good, and I'll get it all blasted off and cleaned off. This stuff should, yeah, it should move that stuff pretty good. Just dirty from sitting. Sitting is horrible. Now this thing too, I don't know what to do about this guy. Boy, oh boy, that was, it's not in very good shape in there. It's actually in really bad shape. So this end that was in there, or this end? Boy, might have to nut and bolt this from underneath, or try and re-thread it to something. But it's basically got to be this kind of a stud again too, right? Because it's got to thread into this guy to hold that cover down. Fun times. I don't know how that got all messed up. That's interesting. It's only being held in there by a couple of threads, but maybe if we can re-thread that to whatever pitch this is. I don't have my threading kit here, though. I don't think. I think I took it back down. Yeah, so it's another thing I'll have to grab next time to fix this little turd, but maybe for now I'll just put it back in here as best I can. There's a gasket under here too. Holy smokes, eh? Fun stuff. This could probably get cleaned up too and blasted off. Man, did that ever melt? Holy jeez, that's not good. Well, I'm gonna leave this for now, and I don't know if it's worth putting a carb kit in it or not. It seems like it's fine, but I don't know. It's not a saw I use all the time, but maybe, you know, I should be using it a little more and keeping it going, right, instead of letting it kind of sit there. But normally I got a little bit cleaned up here, but it's still pretty grimy. Normally how the heck do you get that recoil off? This whole thing must come off, I guess. The tank and everything, I guess, is all part of it. Normally I, you know, dump her out of gas and just kind of run her dry, right? But this one I did, and I don't know, it still wasn't starting good, so I kind of wonder if the diaphragm had gone hard. And after the 25-30 pulls, it finally started and ran and got a bit of fresh fuel in there and kind of softened her up again, and it seems like it's all right again. So I don't know whether I'll do a whole pile with it, but when we start doing the milling again, maybe I'll use this guy a little bit for some cutting, because it's got a nice 3/8 chain on it. It's a real good aggressive chain. It bites on pretty nice, so it'd be kind of good to use the old girl again. But I did get her a little bit cleaned up in here. I gave her some spray of the carb spray stuff there, and then, well, that's not good. Maybe I'll see if I can get another one of them. And I got her kind of cleaned up in here. Maybe it'll be enough just to take a bit of silicone down there now. It's fairly clean. It's gonna need a bit more work though here and there, right? So, but that's fine. But I'm gonna go leave that for now and see maybe what I can get for parts. If I can get this piece, that'd be good. I'll probably need gaskets and stuff. Technically, I should be stripping it right down, but now they've welded it on there, you can't get that muffler off, so it's like, well, now what do you do? So I'm just gonna try to silicone a bit, let her harden up real good, and see if that'll hold back the pressure of the exhaust there, maybe stop it from heating that up. And I think that was blowing a lot of heat and exhaust out there and melted that cover. So anyways, that's it for that today. Like I said, I'll see what I get for parts and what's available still, and probably wouldn't be a bad idea to, even though it's still fine, to put a new cord on it. Oh, you know what we should do before we go today? Ooh. I'd like to check the spark plug too and see what it's telling me. How do you get in there with a tool now? That's not going to work. How do you get in there? Would you get a socket wrench in? I'm not even sure what the heck size one it is. Boy, how do you get in there? Okay then, maybe you need a special wrench. What do I got? I don't think that's the right one for it. Wow. I just kind of thought, you know, maybe we should look at the plug, but I don't know how to get into this plug. Oh, it's not that way, that's for sure. Wow, what the heck do you use? Would you get a shorty in there maybe? Well, let's try if I have a 13/16 shorty, might get in there with that. I don't know. Oh, it's smaller than that one. Okay, good to know. Would it be a 3/4? I think that'll work, but geez, how do you get in there? It must be a special. I think, you know what? They have these that are really short. I think would get in there because this end is too long, because that's not going to work. Boy, I don't even think I'd get a... I think I remember these guys like that, and they were really short. This one is probably just as long. Yeah. well, okay, I might have one of those two down there, but I don't think I'm going to get that. Unless I can get a... I don't think that's going to work too well either. No. Whoa, a big puzzle. Well, I don't really have anything else. Get in there, and it's definitely a 3/4, I'm pretty sure. 3/4 feels pretty good, but you definitely got to have one of the shorties, and I haven't got one here, so we'll leave that buttoned up for today, I guess. Oh, you know what else I think was needing done on this was the switch wasn't good. It's probably the switch needing changed, but I just turned the choke on, that killed it. Okay, well, another hurdle. We'll leave that guy there for today, and we'll get back to her when I say, like I say, when I find a few parts. Probably should have one of those too. No, it's not see-through. It's probably fine there. Sometimes these things get like holes burrowed right through them. I'll see what I can get. Maybe it'll come with a kit like I got for the quick cut there too. So we'll leave her for now anyways. Alright, that's it for today then. Thanks again for watching. Catch you all later, and you guys have a good one.